For all your lawn care needs, Nirvana.
Sacrifice. Oh my God, I can't say it. God, he'll do anything. Come on, this is for your friends and family, man. Come on, you're gonna make it, man. You're gonna make it. Some say love, it is a river. Hi, everybody. Hi. Hi, yeah, we're Nirvana. I mean, I am. Well, as you can see, the other guys aren't here. But legally, I get to use the name. Yeah. And besides, well, if Billy Corgan can be the Smashing Pumpkins, and the Gallagher who isn't Gallagher gets to be Gallagher, then I'm Nirvana now. Yeah, besides Chris, he wanted to play his accordion. His band actually played here at Joe's Pub. There's a picture of his band, Eyes Adrift, in my dressing room bathroom. They played here at Joe's Pub. And Dave, the drummer, he started a band too. But yeah, tonight it's just me. Hey man, if this bird goes down, this is the safest place to be. The back of the plane, where the bathroom is. You'll see, I'm gonna stay here the entire flight, and I'm gonna be as safe could be. Yeah. So, oh, here he comes. Okay, it's groundbreaking metal.
And then the next part goes.
Okay. Let's actually start the show. Okay. So, like I was saying, we're Nirvana. We really haven't played these songs in a really long time. You know, back when I wrote the songs, I really wanted to be, you know, a rock star. I didn't tell anybody that at the time, but I really did. We had some success. You know, we had a song that was in a Winona Ryder movie, and I think it was also in a Netflix show last year. Yeah. Anyway, but we're very, you know, very excited to be here with you guys tonight. But really what I've been doing since then is that I wanted to become, after the band broke up, I kind of wanted to, you know, be a weirdo artist, and so that's what I've been doing for a really long time. And I'd really, like, my art is what I'm really excited about. That's what I'd like to talk to you guys about, but don't worry, we're going to play some Nirvana songs too. And then mostly now what I do is do performances with my my friend Buzz. Give it up for Buzz, everybody.
I was in a really famous band, the Melvins.
Yeah, literally no one ever listened to the Melvins.
You did.
Well, yeah, but I also did performance art, so.
True. No accounting for taste.
But Buzz also brought a bunch of books with him, which I think means that this is either going to be a literary salon or maybe it's a swap meet. And, or maybe he's just, you know, bored of the idea that we're going to be rehashing the 90s. But the point is that we're really excited to be here for you and play punk rock music with our guitars. And so, and to tell you about our performances. Me and Buzz mostly do performances now. And, but most of the performances that I've done for the last long while it's just like me being bored and doing my laundry. But we brought some of them on Buzz's phone. And do you want to play one?
Yeah, it's doing the face check, though, thing.
Oh, don't do that.
Some credit cards on it. Oh, there we go. Hold on. There we go. I got it.
Hello. I got to put the clothes in the washing machine. I have to open the washing machine. I can't shut it yet because I have to put the soap in. Let's see. Oh, comes the soap. Now put Mr. Box of soap back up. Shut the lid. All my things are very covered in the soapity soap. And then I'll put it on the number 10 of the permanent press in the coldy cold. And out comes the thing. And thus begins the torrent of water, as you may hear, and the tumbling of the dryer, which you may also be able to hear. And now, as I gracefully exit the room, and I must turn off the light with a click, and then I must shut the door. And after that, I will place down the thing and grab my bookie book. And now I begin a long search to find my soda water. Soda water! Where are you, Mr. Soda Water? Me no can find. I don't know. Donde estás?
And if you save yourself, you will make God happy. He'll keep you in a jar, and you'll think you're happy. He'll give you breathing holes, then you'll think you're happy. He'll cover you with grass, then you'll think you're happy now. You're in a laundry room. You're in a laundry room. You're in a laundry room. And if you cut yourself, you will make God happy. He'll keep you in a jar, then you'll think you're happy. He'll give you breathing holes, then you'll think you're happy. He'll cover you with grass, then you'll think you're happy now. You're in a laundry room. You're in a laundry room. You're in a laundry room.
Hello, hello. I got to put the clothes in the washing machine. I found you, Mr. Soda Water. Tinkly tinkle, go the ice cubes in the soda water as I pace back and forth the domestic living room, yum yum. And now I will take you, soda water. I will take you, caress you. Just like a commercial, you flow down my throat, tingly, tingle, tingle. And I feel you, Mr. Soda Water. And the jingly jingle jingle goes on past my raspy, yelling voice.
Come to my window, come inside, sit by the light of the You're paranoid. Don't mean they're not after you. Gotta find a way, better way when I'm there. Gotta find a way, better way when I'm there. Gotta find a way, better way when I'm there. Gotta find a way, better way when I'm there. Gotta find a way, better way.
Do you want to hear the best piece of art that I ever made in my whole life? Okay, great. This is real. This isn't a joke. This is what I think is the best piece of art that I ever made in my whole life. So I went to a thrift store, and I found a haunted house CD that was just like a bunch of people screaming, and then I found this video on YouTube that was just a lot of people. It was a bunch of fart sounds, and so I combined them. Anyway, will you play it? Yeah. Okay, you can stop it. That's my favorite part. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I put it out as a 7-inch. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Hey, start driving normally. What's your problem?
Hey, Buzz, do you like my party dress? This is my outfit. This is my party dress.
Dress for the party. There you go.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't wear his tux, and he didn't get me a corsage either.
No.
Well, you really hurt my feelings. So.
Well, at least I asked you out.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready? Yeah.
Hey, wait, did you ever read Shadowland?
Oh, Buzz, I gave you that for Christmas. I'm not like them, but I can pretend. The sun is gone, but I have a light. The day is done, but I'm having fun. I think I'm dumb, or maybe just happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. My heart is broke, but I have some glue. Help me inhale and mend it with you. We'll float around and hang out on clouds. Then we'll come down, have a hangover. We'll have a hangover. We'll have a hangover. Have a hangover. Skin the sun and fall asleep. Wish away a soulless cheap. Lesson learned, wish me luck. Soothe the burn, wake me up. I'm not like them, but I can pretend. The sun is gone, but I have a light. The day is done, but I'm having fun. I think I'm dumb, or maybe just happy. I think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. Think I'm just happy. I think I'm dumb. 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 I think I'm dumb.
He has renounced things all his life, but never once has he possessed and lost.
What are you talking about?
It's from Perfume by Patrick Skarsgård.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right.
And, Kurt, you look great, by the way.
Aw, that's sweet. Asshole. Yeah. Oh, I need to tune my guitar. Wait, is it up? Yes. When I was a kid, actually, everybody thought that I was gay. Like, nobody ever asked me. This seems wrong. Which one is right? And they never asked me or anything like that. They just decided it, you know. It got really intense, like in the dressing room, you know, in the locker room. Like I would go in there, and they just like all decided that they needed to like cover up their penises or punch me or whatever. That sounds right. And then, yeah, that's great. Also, I used to think that I was an alien. So like I would go outside. I would go outside at night and I would talk to my real family in the skies. And I knew that there were thousands of other like alien babies that had been dropped off all over the place, and we just have to like wait to see what they're gonna tell us to do. And then when I moved out, the first time I got my own apartment, I got to decorate it however I want, and so I got all these turtles, like a whole herd of turtles, and I just let them crawl around all day, you know. And their shells are actually really sensitive. Like, it's not the protection you think it is. Like, if you tap on it, it actually hurts them. And then I decorated with all these crucifixes, but like I have really good taste, so it wasn't like 50 crucifixes, just like 2 or 3 really good-looking ones.
Wait, what song is this?
She floats, then she is not. I wish like we had thought. A down payment on another walnut sailor's line. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants. Legendary divorce is beside the war. As my bones grew, they did hurt. They hurt really bad. I tried hard to have a father, but instead I had a dad. I just want you to know that I don't hate you anymore. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, and legendary divorce is honorable. Serve the servants, oh no. 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 Serve the servants and legend. Serve the servants and legendary divorce is such a ball. Great. I didn't bring enough water up here. Do you have any more water, Bones? Yeah, so the band, did okay. We did pretty good. We got to play the Reading Festival in England with our friends, and we got to open for some bigger bands like Sonic Youth. We were never big enough to open for my friend Kathleen's band though. So, but
Yeah, but we did well enough to be able to sort of, make enough money to tour and, be able to eat and stuff like that. But then after the band broke up, I was like broke, like really broke. And I lost a bunch of weight. I had this brown Chevette, like the car. But the speakers broke in it. And so they would just sort of pop and rattle. So I was like driving around listening to Bikini Kill and like the speakers would just pop. I still kind of prefer to listen to Pussy Whip that way though. And then there were also, a pipe came loose from the bottom of the Chevette, so like I couldn't back up anymore. So like I would just drive around and around in parking lots trying to find a spot where I could pull out going straight at the end because reverse became impossible, And I guess it seemed like a great time to just fuck up everything in my life, so I also broke up with my wife, Courtney, who some of you may know.
Cough, cough, name drop. Cough, cough.
Well, but when I met Courtney, she was really dazzling. Like, everybody liked her. Well, they didn't like her, but, she was like the center of gravity, And actually, MTV came to interview us when we were at the Reading Festival, and Thurston was like, oh, you should talk to the real star. And Courtney was like on this table, and she was like giggling and laughing, and and I just like, I could see right away that she was like, like an actual star. And I spent all of my time just wanting to play, my guitar really loud, with my friend Buzz. We dreamed, but we didn't really dream of like, being like stars or whatever. We just wanted to invent a kind of music that was like wilder and freer than any other kind of music. And we actually were dumb enough that we thought that we did do that. We thought that we invented noise rock in my living room. And we were super excited about it because we were like, oh my God, it's like punk music, but like noise could be music too,
Yeah, we kind of did though.
I mean, no, it already existed, so no, we didn't.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
No, there was like the Boredoms and Sonny Sherrick and all that shit.
Yeah, but
Anyway, I had only really ever listened to music from the Columbia House Record and Tape Club at this point, which my dad got in the mail, And so whenever I was staying with him, so I moved back and forth between my mom's house and my dad's house,
Oh, fuck. Oh my God, fuck. Do you remember when your father had that affair and your mom flipped the fuck out and pulled a gun on all of us? And then she took all the guns and like dumped it in the Wichita River?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. It's the Wishkah.
Wishkah River.
No, yeah, I remember because I fished them out and then I hawked them. Yeah. And that's what I used to buy the PV amps.
Yeah, and we used that to invent noise punk. Boom.
No, okay. Anyway, when I met Courtney, she was really exciting, and I just wanted to, I wanted to invent a kind of music that no one had ever invented before. So, we dated for a while, and we got married, and it was really great. It was like, sort of weird and sexual and exciting and stuff like that. But she was a star and wanted to be a star. I just wanted to play noise music with Buzz, and even after I realized that it already existed, I was like really dedicated to it, and like I just really loved feedback like a lot. Like even now when I go to a show and the guitars start to feed back and everybody's like, that I don't understand. I'm like, it's so wild and moaning. It's like so beautiful, It's like I didn't know what punk was, but I knew that sounded like punk to me, So I was like, I just was perfectly happy to stand in my living room or go on stage and be like, will you let your guitar feedback? I don't know. That's punk to me. I don't know. I just like it.
Where we're from, even like a beige mini mall can be this dangerous and suggestive place. It's a thing where like apathy and like dumbness are forms of surrender that doesn't need to occur just yet.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
Anyway, the thing that is good about growing up in a small town and just having a PV amp is that it's like enough, you know? It's like enough to feel like you invented a kind of music that you didn't invent, you know, and to let that make you feel kind of, you know, like different and special and stuff like that, you know? And, you know, so that's why we're here, basically, is so that I can play, you know, the sad and vulnerable and angry songs that I wrote back then, you know, like the things that I thought that punk could mean in my world, in other words.
Radical, special, horny.
We should start a band called the Horny Radicals.
Yeah, it'd be like the Bounder Mind Huff with boners. Anyway, you know, our version of noise punk was better than the real stuff anyway. It turned out that was just a bunch of sweaty dudes slapping their girlfriends.
Well, that's actually every kind of band ever, Buzz. Anyway, you know, we're going to play a song now about being alone and, you know, thinking you're a big deal, but you're not.
What song is this?
Who am I? If I had to touch feeling, I would lose my soul the way I do. I don't have to think, I only have to do it. The results are always perfect, and that's old news. Would you like to hear my voice sprinkled with emotion? Invented at your birth. I can't see the end of me. My whole expanse I cannot see. Formulate infinity, store it deep inside of me. Let's get way out there now, boys. Thank you. So I used to smoke like a whole lot. So I used to like I would wander around and I would find butts, you know, like half smoking cigarettes and stuff like that in ashtrays. And I was living near a college at the time, and so there's a lot of those because, you know, they all just start smoking and they're like, and so. This was like, you know, like after the band broke up and you know, after all of that
sort of stuff. And my other thing at the time, besides the butts, was that I really was into doing a lot of acid, and then I would have sex while listening to the Natural Born Killers soundtrack.
Fuck, that's
Well, sometimes, Buzz, the only possible soundtrack is one that moves seamlessly from Diamond de Galas to Patsy Cline. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, and oh, Juliette Lewis is in that movie, right?
yeah.
You know, Juliette Lewis is also in the music video for the song "Come to My Window" by the singer-songwriter Melissa Etheridge. So I had gotten this shitty job at the YMCA, which was actually really super shitty because my job was like cleaning graffiti off the walls, and so at this point, like in the middle of the night, I would just like wander around town, and I would just spray paint shit on the walls of buildings. You know, I would just spray paint "God is gay." One time I spray painted "I'm a deer and I want my mom," like deer, like the animal. I thought that was really funny, and yeah. So I would wander past the YMCA a lot, and so I would spray paint the shit out of that, and then I'd show up the next day at work, and they'd be like, "Fuck," and then I'd spend all day cleaning what I had spent all night spray painting. And anyway, one day after work, I went back to this. I was living in this high rise at the time, and this is like after the band broke up, after me and Courtney broke up. We both lived in the high rise, and then I just perch on the trash can, and I'd smoke my cigarettes. And then this one night, I was back there and I was sitting on the trash can, and I looked upstairs and I could see Courtney's window, and I saw her light get turned off, and I knew that she was having sex with the swimming instructor from the Y. And I don't know why I did it, but I got up off the trash can and I went in the building and I got in the elevator and I took it up to the 6th floor and I got off the elevator and I just started walking toward her door. But I had no plan, I had no idea what was gonna happen. But then I get to the door, and then I just pressed my ear to the door and listened, and they were inside having sex to the song "Come to My Window" by the singer-songwriter Melissa Etheridge. And I just froze, And there I'm just standing in the hallway with my ear pressed to the door, and they're inside moaning, and all I could think was, this is a really great record. Yeah. People think that I'm depressed a lot. I mean, they always think that I'm sort of this negative black hole all the time, but I'm not. I mean, I'm actually really happy, and it got to where I just had to really look at myself and see what people were seeing. I thought maybe I should shave my eyebrows or something. Maybe that would help. And maybe I'm delusional, but I mean, the great thing actually about being sad back then was it's really good to be sad because it's so good to know that everything is wrong and that's it, just like the negative ecstasy, And it's not as good as being happy, but if you live long enough, that's not a thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just really happy, I mean, I think if you stay alive long enough, then, I think what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to either die or become something, and then I just didn't do either one, so. Oh, give it up for Buzz, everybody. He hasn't... I can see him in the mirror, and he hasn't moved in 15 minutes. Oh, give it up for the band. Yeah. This is Tom, Carmine, Joan, my friends Nikki and Ian. Yeah. We have merch for sale after the show. And Nikki and Ian are actually from Olympia, and the band is all from here. And before we go any further, I wanted to ask, could I get a tea, another one, and a water, because I drank the other water? Could I have a water and a tea and a gin and tonic and a whiskey and also some Valium? And then this is my friend Buzz. He's from the same town as me, Aberdeen.
Aberdeen. Only thing to do in Aberdeen is to drink beer, smoke pot, and worship Satan.
And have sex and babies and die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mom used to say, I've got one in the oven and one out in the streets.
Oh, man. You know, I've been thinking about like we should like bring back like new wave music and break dancing and like merge them into one thing and just like, I don't know.
What the fuck are you staring at?
I don't know, man. I've been hypnotized. Man, we are on candid camera, people. There are more cameras in here than a 7-Eleven.
What song is this?
Oh, it's here.
I can't let you smother me. I'd like to, but it couldn't work. Trading off, taking turns. I don't regret a thing, and I got this friend you see. Makes me feel, and I want it more than I could steal. I'll arrest myself, I'll wear a shield. I'll go out of my way to prove my skill. Smell her on you. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Afraid I never know in fear. Experience anything you need. I keep fighting jealousy until it's fucking gone, and I got this friend you see. Makes me feel, and I want it more than I could steal. I'll arrest myself, I'll wear a shield. I'll go out of my way to prove my skill. Smell her on you. Drown! Covered in security. I can't let you smother me. Like you but it couldn't work. Trading off, taking turns. Don't regret a thing, and I got this friend you see. Makes me feel, and I want it more than I could steal. I'll arrest myself, I'll wear a shield. I go out of my way to make you a deal, and we'll make a pact to learn from who, and whoever we want without new rules. And they'll dare what's lost, what we threw, and they'll go out of their way to prove they still on you. They still smell her on you. Smell her on you. Yeah. Well, did you guys? So me and Courtney, we got back together. I don't know. Do you guys know that? We did. We got back together for just like a minute. I wasn't doing anything at the time, you know. I was like making records and getting high, I guess. And yeah, we got back together. I mean, so I had been putting things out for like very few people, like on Sonic Youth's SYR label. And I had this band at the time called Industrial Nirvana, which was just like me playing experimental metallic noise really loud, and which Dave tried to sue me for, actually. And anyway, I had a gig, though. I played a gig. I opened for Fits of Depression one time. And, wait, hold on. And, yeah, well, I never actually played at that show, though, because I got pissed at the other opening band. There's band SGM.
And so I crawled behind the stage during their set, and I just unplugged all their amps, and because they had been a dick to this woman that I was friends with at the time. And anyway, yeah, so we got back together, and then we broke up for real, you know. But I didn't smoke cigarettes out of the trash this time. It was much weirder, you know. It was like, you know, it was just kind of like sort of lost, and yeah, it was sort of like suffering and glory, and everybody just became so alien to me. And you know, nobody really ever, you know, tells you, you know, how to be married, you know, or you know, how to be creative, you know, for your whole life or whatever. But I do like meeting people, you know, and touching them. I like making things and touching people. This is like the weirdest dating profile ever. I've been taking drugs for comfort. I've been sucking the walls of the rain of the rain. I prefer her to any other marijuana. Marijuana. Okay. Oh, right, divorce, right. Yeah, so I got divorced. And, yeah, it was, oh my God. Ow, I hurt my knee, guy. Yeah, it's like, it's really weird when you are with someone, you know, because like you start to think the same things as each other over time, and like I don't know, it's surprising, you know, and so it's like if they think something's dumb, then you think it's dumb, you know, too. You're like, oh my God, me too, and but then when you break up, it always feels like this sort of thing is like brewing for a really long time. Like you can make the case, but everything's always brewing for a really long time. You know, like potential outcomes are always there. You know, like one pathway, you die. Another pathway, you know, like you live and become famous. Another pathway, you break up. You know, but it's in between. It's like the in between parts while you're waiting that are the hard part. You know. Like waiting for someone to miss you or something, you know. And it's like, you don't know, like maybe they do miss you, like late at night, you know. They think about you and they, you know, and they're sad, or they see some old pictures of you or something like that, you know. And then their hearts are broken too, you know, but you know, like yours, you know, you broke yours first. So it's a lot like playing shows, you guys.
Kurt, can I read something?
Yeah.
It's from the Lake of Loneliness. She hardly knew who she was any longer. She who never even wanted to see herself, whose life was full, now suddenly saw herself as a woman in a smart coat, smoking a cigarette, sitting on a dead tree trunk beside a stagnant lake. There was someone inside her who wanted desperately to get away from this place, to go back to the car, to the music in the car. But there was someone else inside her from whom she didn't recognize, who wanted to stay until nightfall, watching the darkness settle on the lake and feeling the wood grow cold beneath her hand. This someone would later want to walk into the water, aware of the cold at first, then immersing herself in it, losing herself in it, going down to the deepest depths to rejoin on the blue and golden sands, the dead leaves which had been sucked down there throughout the day, and there, stretched out on a bed of leaves, surrounded by tender, playful fishes, this someone would be perfectly at peace at last. Restored to the cradle, restored to life, or rather to death.
That was really beautiful.
So one time me and Buzz, we did a bunch of acid. And he came over to my house, or whatever house I was staying at the time, and we did all this acid, and he had parked his scooter in my driveway, but a little bit of what looked like my driveway was actually on my redneck neighbor's property. And so Buzz went downstairs to get something, and then the neighbor is there, and he's like pissed, and he just starts beating the shit out of Buzz. And then I heard this commotion, so I came running downstairs, and Buzz ran off, like he ran away. And then the guy's just left with me, and so he just starts wailing on me instead. And he's pushing me, and then we ended up in his apartment, and then he's beating the shit out, locks the door, and starts beating me up. And we were in there for like 2 hours. And it's really weird because I don't know if you guys have been in a lot of fights, but most fights go by actually really fast. Like one time we did a show in Dallas, and I had taken all this cough syrup, and the bouncer got really mad at me, and he punched me, and so I hit him in the head with my guitar, And then, like, the whole place went nuts. Like, Chris came running over, Dave came running over, the whole show stopped. But it all lasted, like, I don't know, 5 seconds or something like that. And most fights are like that, They go by really fast. But me and this guy in his apartment, his, like, musty carpet apartment, was like the scene from Reservoir Dogs where Michael Madsen tortures that cop and, like, tears his ear off and dances around to that 70s song. Just 2 hours, me and him, alone in his apartment. He'd kick me, I'd fall over the couch, he'd come around and punch me, I'd stumble, fall away. It was like some real cat and mouse, type stuff.
Yeah. But then we hung out, and, we got really wasted, and then we went to a rock show.
Yeah, that's true.
What song is this?
I'm so happy, 'cause today I found my friends. They're in my head. I'm so ugly, that's okay, 'cause so are you. We broke our mirrors. Sunday morning is every day for all I care. And I'm not scared to light my candles in a daze, 'cause I found God. It's okay to shave my head, and I'm not sad, and just maybe I'm to blame for all I've heard. I'm not sure, I'm so excited, I can't wait to meet you there, but I don't care, I'm so horny, that's okay, my will is good. I'm so happy, 'cause today I found my friends. They're in my head. I'm so ugly, that's okay, 'cause so are you. We broke our mirrors. Sunday morning is every day for all I care. And I'm not scared to light my candles in a daze, 'cause I found God. Yeah. Hey, Buzz, you want to do the swap meet performance?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so here's the setup. So this is a performance of ours. What it is so the setup is this. I'm a saw blade painter, specializing in wildlifes and seascapes. And I meet Buzz at the Grays Harbor Institute for Northwest Crafts, where he has a passion for gluing seashells and driftwood onto burlap.
And I knew I liked you right away. I asked you your opinion on my macaroni mobile I was making.
Right, and I suggested that you put glitter on it.
It really made it.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get all my Mrs. Butterworth syrup jars, and I'm going to put them on the shelf on the $800 tax-free Century 21 shop, and then I'm going to empty all my Mrs. Butterworth jars, and I'm going to put them on the shelf next to my commemorative glasses and cups from fast food chains that I've acquired through the past 62 years. And then I'm going to get a bunch of plywood, and I'm going to cut into 2x2 pieces square, and then I'm going to get some burlap, and I'm going to cut those into 2x2 pieces square, and I'm going to glue the burlap onto the plywood. And then I'm going to the beach. And I'm going to collect a bunch of seashells and driftwood, and I'm going to glue the seashells and the driftwood onto the plywood and the burlap, and I'm going to make lots and lots of money. Oh, lots and lots of money. People are going to pay top dollar for my children's new clothing and toys. And then maybe I could stop sleeping on that piss-stained mattress.
That's our scene. Thank you. It's really nice to be here. It's fun to play live in front of people again. So thank you all very much. It's very fun. It's like being on stage. It's sort of like every emotion that I've ever had in my whole life. You know, it's sort of like sadness and death and it's really like I'm happier than I have ever been since I was like a carefree little kid throwing rocks at cops. So, thanks, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, it's like even back then, you know, when I was just like really out of it, sometimes I would like look up and to see the audience, you know, and they were like, you know, you guys, they're like really there, you know, and I don't know, it's just like, you know, and they're like enjoying themselves, and that would make me happy, you know. I feel like, you know, whenever live shows and like rock and roll are dead, like the whole world is just gonna explode, you know.
You know, rock and roll was, even 30 years ago, it was so, like, rehashed and plagiarized anyway, and now it's just disgusting. I mean, kids don't really care about rock and roll, or not like they used to, you know, and all you have left are these dinosaurs that are just going to live on forever, you know?
Well, who, us? Well, I always feel like there's, like, a handful of really good bands that, you know, come along, like, every 10 years. I mean, there always has been. I miss her, though, and I miss my band. You know, you get really used to playing with people, and you never really know when it's going to be the last show that you play with them, you know, and it's weird because, you know, like, if you live long enough, you know, like stuff just never, things don't stop happening, you know? Like the crazy thing about dead people is not that, you know, like you reconcile, you know, or, you know, any of the fucked up stuff goes away. It's just that nothing new ever happens again, you know? But if you're alive, then stuff just keeps happening, you know? Like, you know, like the Rolling Stones just keep putting out albums, you know. And me too, like I've made a million things, you know, a million things that I love, a million performances with Buzz. We do these performances at the coffee shop, you guys should come. You know, but like, I always sort of dreamed of a time when people would sort of come running back to me, you know, and it's really like, it's always sort of fantastical and insane, so I would never really think it all the way through. But like, if, you know, maybe they do, you know, like, if you're dead or whatever, you know what I mean? But I don't know, you know, maybe it's still, like, maybe it's still possible for, like, good bands with integrity to get exposed, you know. Maybe we don't know what's going to happen yet. But if you have the sort of audacity to, like, live long enough and keep making things, and the audacity to just sort of, you know, keep loving people, you know. I mean, the thing about, like, it's like people later, it's like you never really know whether your music or whatever you made, you know, really mattered or did anything, you know. It's like even John Lennon, well, first of all, can you imagine how big of a dick John Lennon would be if he was still alive? It's like, no one would even like him now, you know. So it's probably way better that he died. Yeah. We have one more song. I don't really know. I just don't know who I am anymore in terms of all of that, you know. I mean, I just keep, you know, making things, putting out records, good records, or they're good to me anyway. And if you liked our other records, then, you know, you'll like these also.
And we'll patiently wait around for the dinosaurs to die out, and they will die out. And then we'll just move into their homes.
It's so relieving to know that you're leaving as soon as you get paid. It's so relaxing to hear that you're asking whenever you get your way. It's so soothing to know that you'll sue me. It's starting to sound the same. Witness, we hope you're still with us to see if they float or drown. My favorite patient is displaying patience, disease-covered Puget Sound. She'll come back as fire and burn all the liars, leave a blanket of ash on the ground. I miss the comfort in being safe. I miss the comfort in being safe. I miss the comfort in being safe. it's so relieving to know that you're leaving as soon as you leave. It's so relaxing to hear that you're asking whenever you get your way. It's so soothing to know that you'll sue me. It's starting to sound the same. Thank you. So this next song is our last song. The next song it's the big hit.